So how we can do the back order processing? So check the returns of stocks on goods not damaged or not used, listing of your relevant requirement for sales document, manual processing assigned to the ATTB quantity, back order processing within a selective list of sales document, select and process back order for a particular article. So we have selection of a open sales document, positions of a selected article and available checks, then analyze of last rescheduling run. So customer billing document is an umbrella of terms of invoice, credit memos, debit memos, forma invoice and cancellation documents. So billing represents the final processing stage for a business transaction in a sales and distribution. This is how the customer billing document will look like. So we have different types of alternatives which we generate producing the document via ECAD. We have two different types of alternatives. Create billing document online on a basis of outbound delivery. Generate collective billing document the background, incoming payment in finance. So the milestones billing in the billing plan is used for the payment processing of deposit. Milestones billing means the total value which should be invoiced is divided into several partial movements in the billing plan, the percentile and absolutes. They are to be paid at certain dates. The milestones billing is a schedule with a particular billing dates and some other requirement. So there are various reasons for returning the goods. The goods are damaged in some way so that they cannot be transferred back into a normal stock, but they have to be returned to a vendor. The customer didn't like the goods and want to replace them. The goods can, however, to reduce either fully or partially. The customer didn't like the goods and want to their money back or a credit memo. So goods can be reused either fully or partially. This is how we can get. When the returns goods are received from the customer, they are initially posted into a block return stock. The returns goods are checked and decision is made to the what to do with them. For example, we take a backtest storage, stock returns to vendor are destroyed, staff sales transfer to the normal stock, distributions to a back holder. This is what the customer we have here. So we have some customer returns. So once we don't know the some certain preparations, we'll try to execute, which we have 7 returns. Create a return delivery. Once we return the delivery, we need to go with the post the goods receipt for the returned goods. As well as we have 7, remove the billing number and create the memo. Once it's done, we can release your accounting, issue the credit limit, monitor the return stocks, fully transfer, which is some return restrictions. 7, monitor the return stocks, transfer from a return stock to a block stocks, then stock control, transfer from the block stock to return the delivery storage location. As well as we have a stock control, create a return with a free of charges subsequent delivery, credit returns and returns delivery time. This is what the different cases we do have. So this is the flow, how the flow is look like. So this shows the flow diagram of complete things. So this is what we have. So let's go here, stock control. Once we done the stock control, so we need to go with transfer from the block stock to return the delivery stocks. Then the next step is we need to focus on the area where we can get all this requirement. Let's see some other options. If you perform any activities, let's see how this is going to look like. So stock control, we have a create return with a feed charge subsequence delivery, create returns order, so create returns delivery, then post your returns delivery, post the goods, receipts for the returns, stock display, release the returns for the subsequent processing, and we indicate this requirement on the business status. So to get all this requirements, so we need to go with the goods issue, which is free of changes subsequent delivery, and checks the document flow for each and every requirement. So if you talk about the process of return handling, which is finance, we have input of customer returns, credit note, subsequent delivery free of changes. So we also have stacks, stock corrections input to the block stocks, following processes, which is invoice verification. So we have certain logistics input of customer returns, goods receipt, creation of customer returns order, stock transfer posting into a unrestricted stocks, dispatching to a back order. So transfer the posting to return stocks, as well as following processing, which is delivering to a vendor invoice verifications. So goods receipt postings, so we can just receive your goods as per requirement. We can check all this things are one place. So control the goods, decision is further use, so transfer to back the unrestricted stocks, transfer to a return stock here. So transfer back to unrestricted stocks, which is allocated to open orders and some other requirement. So we can transfer your block items for your transfer block return stocks, which is delivery and some other things. So we can just deliver the to a vendor directly, so that we can get this activities. The part of subsequent settlements procedures, you can offer a reduced price. For example, when the customer buys the certain quantity of particular article together, use a customer card for payment. So our research or exists the sales volume in a period that has been agreed upon the advance. So this is a subsequent drop. So once you get a debate processing here, we will go with display the status of debate agreement, then we will focus on settlement of agreement, then we will go with the create a debate agreement on business sales and update the sales volume. So generate new sales volume, create sales order, display sales volume, which is of outbound delivery. Then we go for delivery, create delivery things, create transfer order and confirm with the GI. Then we will need to create some document flow which creates a billing document, display sales volume data, display drill down options, carry out this some particular settlements, release credit memo request for the partial debit settlement, bill credit memo request for the particular debit settlements, then release the agreement for settlement which creates the settlement final settlement, and release the debit credit memo request for the final settlements, and bill debit credit memo requesting your final settlements, and we just go the display the payment history. This is what the history payment will be took place. So consignment goods are goods that have been stored at a customer location, but that are still done by your company. From a planning point of view, this stock is no longer available and it's managed independently. The customer is not obliged to pay these goods until they remove them from consignment stocks. Otherwise, the customer can be usually returns the consignment goods that are not required. So consignment process is advantageous to both parties. Customer stores the consignment goods at their own warehouse, and the customer can be access the goods in a consignment warehouse at any time. So they are only billed for the goods which they are removed from the warehouse and only the actual quantity taken. So this is my customer consignment part, the flow diagram. So we have consignment fill up, which we create the deliveries and create and confirm transfer orders, as well as document flow, consignment stocks, billing, goods issue, alternative consignment issues. Then we'll go for the reduce consignments at stock level. Then alternatively we'll take the consignment pickup. Then we'll go with the optional process after consignment issue, consignment returns, and we'll go with the goods receipt and remove the actual billing blocks. Billing or create memos for consignment returns created. So how we can go with the customer contacts? So customer contacts are outlines customer agreement that are displayed when the goods are purchased within a certain time period. Contacts are concluded within a customer so that the purchasing, production on sales of goods can be estimated better, which is turn enabled for better conditions of negotiable. So this shows the negotiable process where you can get all those requirements to take place here. And this is a customer normal contact information where we can get your things to be ready, and we'll go with all the stuff here. So we have some quantity control which we talk about this areas. So we have certain quantity controls which creates a contact, and the value contact which creates the value alignment of systems for each and every activities. So the ultimate goal is we go with product catalogs. Let's talk about the product catalogs on this activities. The product catalog is a basic of printed and electronic catalogs for each environment. So the catalogs maintained in SAP ERP systems and can be transported to external system and processed as template for print catalogs or electronic catalogs. So IDOCs and BAPIs are available for exporting this catalog system. So is my catalog product catalog flows. This catalog flow will shows how the flow is look like of a requirement systems. So which creates the document info records, maintains the document and text requirements, so creates the product catalogs, basic data and pricing into a product catalogs. So customer pricing processor, which determines the pricing procedures, creates the layout hierarchies and produce the catalogs. So creates the layout hierarchies manually and creates the layout level layout areas. So we can just add article layout areas manually, add article layout areas which is using the default articles. We can also use this hierarchy automatically and will maintain the text and documents for articles and layout areas. We also do some certain maintain layout areas which maintains the article, creates the promotional catalog systems and some other category for your requirement. So add the alternative create layout hierarchies and some other basic data which creates a layout hierarchies, promotional sales price, link between the promotions and product catalogs. So is some legend part where we can get this activity, this diagram picture system. So is what we have in a sales order requirement. So this is how we can do a certain sales order requirement for the given system, and we also have certain sales order processing management system where you can get this proper sales requirement for each and every category. So this shows how we can perform certain sales activities for each and every thing so that we can get our requirement. So this is how we can do a sales order management system to get the exact balance sheets for each and every cases. So if you want to perform certain activities, so it will help you out to get your requirement at business cases. So let's start with other topics. So here is what the main intention of this system. So I'm Raju, I'm just signing off now, but we'll meet on next week with a different concept of sales order, so which shows you the actual requirement of the requirement when we do certain things. This is what we do have in the sales order requirement for a certain value. So we'll meet on next video with a different concept. So thanks guys, thanks for watching this video, thanks for these things.